Welcome back to another installment of this FH5 build series. Yeah, I'm thinking about making it a proper thing now. Last time we had a Lexus LC500 and of course the benchmark Huracan RS200. This time out we're going to be having the Huracan STO, a car that was released at the time of recording last week. I actually quite like the Huracan STO. I mean, it's a nice addition. I know we've got about 15 million Huracans, but you know what, I'm not going to complain too much about this one, so let's get pretty much straight into the building. Of course, for this series, if you haven't watched the first one, basically all these cars are going to be properly rally built, so I'm going to have all-wheel drive, off-road suspension, I'm going to put on the off-road diff as well, where it is there, and of course the main thing, I'm going to try and put on the, off-road race tyres. If I can't, then I'll put on the rally tyres, but I'll try my best to get the cars that have off-road race tyres. Now, tyre widths, obviously these cars can't be tuned. Why does they reduce the top speed? I don't know, but they do. I've not really had a massive sort of what really is the build I'm going to want to go for these, other than, of course, going properly off-road. Go away, notification on laptop. So I think I'll try and get as much turning as possibly. Now, these will be nice, because I mean, that sounds so nice, that supercharger, but sadly, that adds too much power, so I can't. I'd probably, would I be able to if it was rear-wheel drive? Oh, no, never mind. Puts it about the same PI. Right, okay, yeah, suspension's done. I'm going to put on ARBs, brakes. They add weight, interestingly. Huh. They add weight, but the braking is improved. Okay. That's, how much weight? It's 1 kilo. Ah, what balls to it. No, I can live without. Right, weight reduction. The car weighs 1,500 kilos, which is a lot lighter than the Lexus, but heavier than the Ford. What do I want to go for? Do I want to go for pure lightness, or do I want to go for add some lightness and then add power? I actually don't know, because this improves everything, but and it'll improve how the car handles as well. Right, okay, I'm gonna go race weight reduction for the time being, and if I'm not satisfied with the amount of power I can get, then I will come back and I will remove the weight. So okay, that's pretty much all we're going to be getting. So we're looking at 665 horsepower, which is actually quite good. I could probably take out a little bit more weight if we went driveline. Gearbox, I could put in a 7-speed, and that does give me a 3 PI. It puts the top speed right the way up to 203, basically, miles an hour. But I don't really need a big top speed for this, because I think the highest speed on the route that I'm using was about 140 miles an hour. No. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it. So, I'm getting good power. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for that. This is what I'm going to go for. So, we've got good power to weight at 665 horsepower, 1,293 kilos. I think the Ford was a lot lighter. Well, actually, I don't think it was that much lighter. I think it was in the 1,200 kilos. So I think the horsepower, though, I had 750. Torque were about just under 600 Newton meters. So it's not really torquey, but oh well, it should be fine. We've also got all the off-roading gubbins that we need. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this does. I'm hoping for, well, I'll be expecting it to do better than the bloody Lexus. But would it beat the Ford? I don't know. I think it'll be very close though. But there's only one way to find out. Okay, here we are at the Three Hills Horizon Rally, going to have 4 attempts this time out with the Huracan. The current leader is still the RS200 with the 158.2. I had a quick look at the stats. I am completely wrong. The Ford RS200, the Huracan RS200 has 750 horsepower and it weighs 1,131 kilos. So it is up by 90 odd horsepower, if my maths serves me right, probably closer to 85 or something. But we are 160 kilos heavier in the Huracan. I don't know how this is going to play. I'm hoping for a sub 2 minute. I really am hoping for a sub 2 minutes. So, let's get this underway for attempt 1 of 4. Let's see how we're doing. Launch is actually quite nice in this thing. Nice short nice short gearboxes. I'm hoping that we don't have too many problems with it. Ooh, Christ. Actually, to be honest, thinking about it, if the 7-speed still dropped PI... I should have thought about that. If the 7-speed still dropped 1 PI, I probably could have then actually have put on the lighter wheels, which would have saved me, I think it would have been about an extra... I think it would have been 5 kilos. Because I think... Yeah, because I think it was 9 kilos... Yeah, because I think the wheels saved off 9 kilos, and then the wheels, but the gearbox added on 2. Ah, okay, yeah, so that might have actually helped a little bit, but I'm not too sure if it would have worked out, right. But that's a problem for a different time. It's too late now, I've already built the Huracan. The bloody hell, the brakes are absolutely immense in the Huracan. Yeah, so that's sort of what I'd be expecting from this car. You know, we've got wider tyres this time out. That I'd expect this to be much better on the brakes, much more composed. The only downside with it being that it's going to be a lot slower accelerating and stuff like that. I might possibly be a little bit more... Well, actually, to be honest, I think it'll probably be a little bit more understeery, only because, you know, it's going to be a lot grippy at the back. Let's get you slowed down for this jump. There we go. That's actually very, very nice indeed. Ooh, Christ, having to deal with the bumps a lot. It's throwing the Huracan for all over the shop. Oh, Christ almighty. It's really not liking these bumps. I think, oh, heavens above. I actually... Well, there we go. That was completely my fault. So this run is completely null and void. For this, to be honest, I didn't know what rule I'd actually put in place if I did miss a checkpoint. So the rule I'm going to put is, if I do miss it, that is it. That's the run completely over. So this time is not going to be counted. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't even fantastic anyway. It was a 2-minute 5. Right. Okay, let's try that again. Now that I sort of know what the Huracan is like to drive, it is very composed. The back end is very planted. The front, it's got a little bit of understeer, but it's not awful. The main issue is that the front lifts up so much over the bumps. It really does have problems keeping the nose to the ground. So that is definitely going to cause problems. My nose is getting blocked again, for God's sake. I hate the fact that my nose constantly gets blocked when I'm bloody recording, man. Absolutely awful. So me speaking gets even worse than it already is. Right, okay, I think that first sector was better than before. I'm not too sure. And deal with the jumps. See, with these, the beginning part is very fine. Once it does get to the very bumpy back sector, closer to the end of the route where it changes to sand, that is where it's going to really test how well the car really does deal with the bumps. I am getting really close to the edge of that checkpoint. That was bloody close to the split gate checkpoint there. Let's deal with you here. The brakes though are absolutely immense. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Ooh, Christ. It's the bumps. Really is just throwing the Huracan absolutely all over the shop, and it's not dealing with them that nicely at all. I was hoping for it to be better than this. One thing I will say though is, yeah, sure, the acceleration isn't the fastest. It isn't doing awful for speed. Like, really do have to admit that. Oh, heavens Christ! Really hates the bumps. This thing. Absolutely does. Obviously, I mean, I admit, you know, the car is on standard tuning, and I can't do anything about that. But heavens above, it is awful. Right, okay, I was really expecting better from the Lamborghini, but this is the first proper run. It's a huge amount of oversteer over the final corner. It's a 2 or 3. Right, okay. I mean, there's definitely time. There's definitely... I don't know how much time, but there's easy... there's got to be a couple of seconds in there. Easy. Attempt 3 now. Still got Still got a little bit of a buffer before it is completely, you know, balls to the wall. I've got to absolutely nail everything. Right, okay, it felt a little bit nicer through that sector. A little bit of a handbrake on the hairpin. Oh, it's mid-corner understeer there. I didn't quite get the back end out enough. So, you know, there is that. Yeah, I don't think that sector was anywhere near as good this time. Yeah, it's these small bumps are causing big problems for the Huracan. No, that's a little bit of a shame. That's something I'm gonna have to try and deal with. I might have to take some, see if there's any other sort of different lines that I can take to sort of take the least bumpy path. I don't really think there is. I'm braking. I think that's also another thing I need to do, is not brake so early. Yeah, sure, I might be on off-road race tyres, but the brakes on this Lamborghini are absolutely impeccable. I really should be more aggressive with them so I can get away so much more. Oh, Christ. That's just sky and ground, all I can see there. Come on, just dabs of handbrake there, trying to get our front end turned in somewhat. There we go. Yeah, the gearbox though is actually quite good, I will admit. You know, with these nice short gears, I'm not really having to fight. I'm not fighting the gearbox at all. You know, there's a gear for every sector, which is very nice to see. Right, okay, I'm going to... No, that is... Christ! That is awful! Through that sector. I'm going to have to brake really early. I'm going to have to brake awfully early. I'm surprised the Lexus is better than this. I really, really am. But, you know, it is what it is. This is, I think, going to potentially be a slower run. Can I keep the grip? I can. It's a little bit quicker. Found half a second there with a 202.5. But I'm really surprised by this car. I was expecting a lot more. I really was expecting a lot more, but it just lifts up too much at the front. We've got one more temp though. This is where we've got to get absolutely everything spot on. We really, really have to. Oh, Christ. Okay, well, things aren't already spot on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh wait, we've got one more temp on this thing. It's not been awful to drive. until a bump is thrown at this Huracan's way, it's actually extremely nice to drive. Oh, that was a abundance of understeer there through that corner. That was not conducive to a good time whatsoever. I mean, nice through there actually, not too awful. Okay, nice on the brakes. Swap it now to the more orange dirt. Then we've got to go through this dip into the water. Right, okay, then we've got the hairpin. Brake a lot later this time out, although I don't actually think the start to this one has been, I think, actually quite a fair bit worse. But, you know, there's still, you know, roughly a minute-ish to go. We can possibly prove it somewhat. Christ. It really, really is painful over these bumps. I was really I'm surprised, really. I mean, yeah, sure, it's an Italian supercar that I'm taking off-road. I mean, you know, when you put it that way, fucking no shockers there, but I was hoping that the suspension would just be a little bit better. Okay, early on the brakes. Even then, it just... Because the front end just gets kicked up so high. It's just... Ugh. It's really... The best thing about it is the bloody brakes. That's really its strongest suit. The acceleration, alright, okay, it's nowhere near as good as the Huracan RS200, but it's not been bad acceleration. Yeah, this has really surprised me. Have we beat the Lexus? We have not beat the Lexus there. A 201.722 puts it behind the Lexus by roughly 7/10. Right, well, there you go. The Huracan. It's alright until you throw a bump in its way, and then it really does just completely fall apart. Well, there we go. I was really hoping it would do better than that. But that's what it is. That is what happens. However, I'll have to call it there for a video. Do hope you enjoyed. All feedback is appreciated. If you want to suggest a name for the series, I've kind of got one in mind. But if you want to suggest a name for the series, or you want to suggest a car for the series, feel free to put it in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to oblige. However, that's it from me. Take care, and ciao for now.